Very well, Doctor Who fans. Issue 593, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. You Only Live Twice. Wasn't that a James Bond movie? I believe it was. Back in the 1960s. An era I'm very familiar with, as you all know. Anyway, pleasure to be here. In today's issue, well, in this month's issue, what did I say today? This month's issue, we have David Tennant and Catherine Tate interviewed on set. Features about, for instance, the 20th anniversary special with Nyssa and Tegan, aka Janet Fielding and Sarah Sutton. And of course, if you've seen the trailer online, I'm sure you have, like I have. It's very, very referential to the Mara particular snake dance. Yes, very good. The Doctor Who 60th anniversary poll, 10th Doctor, 60 years, Gallifrey Guardian, letter from Russell T Davies, the showrunner, of course, very interesting. Time and Space Visualizer, memory with Andrew Cartmel, the 80s script editor, wasn't he, I believe, at the time? Yes. And many other features. Interesting that many people who I see online here and speak to them online, they're actually taking part in the magazine. That's very, very, very interesting. Reese Pontiff, in particular, I remember you, I'm seeing you online. Lisa Gledhill and Hannah Watkin. Well, I'm not familiar with them, but I am familiar with Reese. It's very good that you're in the magazine. Oh, there's an event I'd love to go to, actually, in August. The Moon Base, 1967, of course. That story, they're showing 2 episodes in cinema style, should we say, at the Riverside in London, Riverside Studios, Hammersmith, and that's on 12th of August 2023. It'll include interviews with members of the cast and crew surviving, of course, like John Levine, Sergeant Benson, of course, and later and other actors too who are in the show. So that's really good. I'd like to go to that, actually. I'd love to do a session about that. Maybe I will if I'm very lucky. I'll have to go there. Obviously, letters, Galaxy Forum. What else we got here of note? Again, the David Tennant, Catherine Tate article. Somebody mentioned online, I think it was Thaddeus, mentioned online that he said the windows are funny on the right hand of the box, which I think he's right, because there's a big line down there, but I think it's because it's the middle of the page and they had to make it a little bit bigger to fit in the magazine, so the magazine would fit properly. So that's my guess. Anyway, very good. Glad to see the Jodie box still prevails. Again, Snakes Alive, reference to the Mara, of course, with Janet Fielding and Sarah Sutton. I've met Sarah Sutton personally. She's a very nice girl, actually, a very nice lady, really. Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, Andrew Cartmel. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Oh, the Unfolding Text. I've got that Unfolding. I bought it in the 80s when it first came out. But I went to the event, didn't I? The Unfolding Doctor Who event. It was in. Let me think. Let me remember. I've still got the brochure for it as well. It was in London. It was a National Film Theatre. That was a BFI event in '83, and they showed Unearthly Child, but they were going to show both versions because they were pressed for time. They only showed the pilot and then finished off for the rest of the other 3 episodes. Remember that? And I remember also seeing, would you believe, you remember Douglas Camfield? I was sitting behind him a few rows up. He actually looked behind and looked at me for a second. I thought it was kind of weird, spooky there, but I actually saw Douglas Camfield. I couldn't believe that at the time. Yeah, very nice. 10th Doctor Paul. Text and artwork. Again, there's the Dalek Features comic strip with some references to earlier Daleks, actually, yeah. And the TV 21 Emperor, etc. Yeah, very good. The Girl Who Waited. Remember that Amy Pond one? Remember that one? That was a good story, though. The Making of Doctor Who audiobook with the monster. I presume that's like the monster books. Look at the picture on the front. It's more like the monster book picture from the front, isn't it? From the front of that audio. Whereas the monster. Actually, am I right? No, yeah, because they did that. They had a big poster, didn't they? So they had a big poster of that. I've still got that actually somewhere, and it's second impression as well. The Celestial, the Nightmare Fair look, reference to that. What I didn't realise, which I just saw from a YouTube video today actually, that the regeneration of William Hartnell, I think Thary's mentioned this actually, regeneration from William Hartnell to Patrick Troughton was going to be the Celestial toy maker causing this event to happen back in the 1960s. I never knew about that. And of course, reference to the new series coming out, the 60th anniversary, maybe there's going to be a multi-doctor story for that reason, who knows, but it's a good point actually, yeah. As Russell T does say, it's going to harken back to the early era of the show. Oh, of course, again, there's all the extras on the 20th anniversary special, which I'm sure you're all eager to learn about. I know I am. And there's some good stuff in there actually, such as the Let's Go Dutch, TARDIS crew go back to Amsterdam to visit locations and recall the making of season. Well, that was when they made the Arc of Infinity, of course, with the Rice Krispies over Peter Davison's face, remember that? Again, look who's driving. Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, and Sarah Sutton on a road trip on yacht. I've seen clips of that online actually, yeah. When Janet met Martin Clunes, of course, who was in the Snake Dance episode, yeah. Making of King's Demons, remember Chameleon? And the classic line from Anthony Ainley when he says, "Oh my dear doctor, you have me naive." Comedy gold, that one. Yeah, long lit convention footage, studio footage from Arc of Infinity, Snake Dance and the Five Doctors. Location film rushes for the Five Doctors. Once Upon a Time Lord, a rarely seen US documentary. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to come on the US. There's much more I just said there, of course. Surround sound mixes 5:1 for the Five Doctors and Snake Dance. An interview with, wait a minute, where are we? Conversation with Matthew Sweet, Janet Fielding and Sarah Sutton. Very good. So I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah. So, Doctor Who fans, I'm not going to give you all the details of the issue because you could go and buy the magazine yourselves. Go and buy it. And, yeah, enjoy. And have a really good weekend because it's wet out there in the sunny UK. Oh, right. Message taken. So take care of yourselves. Have a good weekend. Bye for now. Posing for these blinking photos.